Hello everyone, welcome. Today is a Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. All right, make sure that we are live. Here we go. I hope you had a wonderful day. We are going to change up this board and base. And first thing we're going to do is put some water on here. Make sure I can see comments. So I'm just going to spray. I go through a lot of water. Hey, Carrie. I think it's from doing all those big transfers I did for the cushion covers. So I'm just adding some distilled water to our fine mist sprayer. And if you don't have one of these, they are thebomb.com. They're even really good for if you needed to wet your hair. They're really good because it's such a fine mist. All right, so I'm going to let that soak for a second. And then I'm just going to scrape it off using our paste scraper. And I probably didn't need that much paper towel. They're so awesome, aren't they, Carrie? So just to use the paste scraper. Get it all piled in there. And you don't use as much paper towel for cleanup when you're using this guy. And it doesn't wreck your chalk surfaces, which is really awesome. I got a lot of water on here. Okay, so now we're just going to wipe it up. Get it all into the paper towel here. Put that aside, and then I'm going to use another piece of paper towel just to make sure it's dry. And this has a little bit of ghosting on it, so I'm just going to use my board eraser. I should probably show you the ghosting first. So I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little bit of shadow from the transfer. But if I just put a little tiny bit of water on and then use my board eraser, and then we're going to dry it again. And it's completely clean, like there's nothing on there. Totally clean. All right, so we are ready. And I am using Shimmer Copper today and Cherry Blossom. I think they go really well together. I changed up my colors like 5 times, and then all of a sudden I had this brilliant idea of what I wanted to do. And that's usually what happens when I come to the craft room. It's so funny the way your brain works sometimes. So the transfer we're gonna do is Refrain from Whining. And I actually thought about taking the H out and then moving this over a bit, but I like my wine. So I'm not going to refrain from whining. All right, where is my craft room is so organized right now that I can't even find my fuzzing towel. So I'm going to use my pant leg. There it is. Found it. So if you don't have your fuzzing towel nearby, you can fuzz it on pretty much anything. And you just want to get some of that stickiness away. And got a couple pieces of fuzz on here, big pieces that I don't want. All right, so we're going to line it up on the surface, and this is one of our board and bases. They are great because you can do a double-sided design. So you could do 2 of them at once and then just flip it around when you want to change up your decor, which is really awesome. So I think the colors that I'm going to use, I'm going to do, let's see how this is going to show up. I'm thinking Kindly and From in copper, and then doing the cherry blossom in the bigger words. So let's just see. I'm using the multi-tool for this because it's a smaller tip on the end, especially when it's just a small word that you're doing. Yeah, it looks like I got the I. So I'll have to clean that up. And small squeegee. And get some of this pretty pink color. It's very, very pale pink. It's so pretty. And we'll just put that everywhere else. Just being careful that we don't overlap what we just did. Get that all on there. And then we're going to embellish the board. I went through my stash today and I found some cute little things we can add to it. Make it unique. All right. Make sure you get all the excess back off because you don't want to waste that. Get that all back into the container. Okay, now we're going to lift the transfer. I'm just going to put my lids back on the chalk paste. And we're going to pull this off. And when you pull it, you want to pull from side to side or top to bottom. Don't pull from the corners because you can stretch your transfer. And then you lose some of the use out of it. And that is not a good thing. I'm just going to plug in my glue gun. We'll get the transfer cleaned while that's drying. And cleaning the transfer is so easy. You can run it under cool water, or if you have Lysol wipes, you can use a Lysol wipe to clean it. Just get it nice and clean on the front, and then we'll flip it over and do the back. Just going to wipe that dry. And then we'll clean the back. And when you clean the back, you're actually removing that fuzz that you put on it, and it reactivates the stickiness of the transfer. And that's how we get to use them over and over again. The better you take care of your transfers, the longer they're going to last. Here we go. Okay, so that's all done. Hey, Marie. I'm going to put it back on the backer sheet. Now normally you would just let them air dry and then put the backer sheet on, but I'm just going to do that right away. Okay, so that's almost dry. So here is our little piece of wood that it's going to sit in. And I've got these cute little paper flowers. And I put a heart. Oh my goodness. I just went brain dead. Carrie, what are these called? It is a little clip, and on the ends you pull it apart. Fastener. Oh my goodness. Brad, that's it. It's a brad. I made this board and base using shimmer copper and cherry blossom. And now I'm going to put some flowers together. So these are just tiny little, I don't even know if they're paper petals, but I layered 3 of them. And I kind of offset each one so that you can see the petals kind of layered like that. And then I've got these little tiny brads I'm going to poke through. Hopefully there's holes in here. There probably isn't. So I'm just going to use my blade here, and I'm going to make a little hole. I had to do that for the larger flower too. So I'm just making a tiny little hole in there. And then I'm going to push the brad through. This flower is like super small. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we got it all the way through. So now I'm just going to open up these ends here. Goodness gracious, I need to get new glasses. Okay, so now we've got this cute little flower. And I'm going to do another one here. And these ones have holes in them. So I won't have to fiddle around with that. You know what? It's probably going to be easier if I just do one at a time. These things are so tiny. Okay. So I've got one. 2. And then the third one, which is a bigger one, we'll put in there. And then we'll open up the back. So this is what it looks like on the back when you open it up. And it holds the brad in place. And I'm just going to shape the petals a little bit. And then this is the other one that I did already. It's got a little white heart brad in it. And the ribbon that I'm going to use is this lace trim. I wish I could remember where I got it. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to line it up here. Actually, I'm going to do the back side. And we'll tie a knot in it. So I'm going to measure it out first. And I think probably want about that much. And then I'm going to take some of this white lace ribbon and do the same thing. Get it the same length. And then we're going to layer it and tie that on. There we go. So we got our 2 pieces of ribbon. And we'll just lay it down, kind of get it where you want it to be. Flip it over. And we'll tie it together. Get a knot in there. I think I want to do it further down towards the edge. And then I'm just going to tie another knot in it. Making sure that I've got both pieces. There we go. And then I'm going to cut these. Oops. This one needs to be cut just a little bit more. And now I want to glue the flowers. Now so far I haven't glued the ribbon onto the board, which means that when I change out my design, I can take this ribbon off, which is always a good idea because that way it can be reused. I'm just lining it all up there. And then we're going to put the flowers. I think we're going to do the flowers here. Kind of right on there. Get a little bit of glue. And I'm going to glue this to the ribbon, not to the board. So we're just putting it right on the ribbon. And then this one, I'll glue on the other flower. Right there. So that's how you can change up the base for the board and base and just give it a little bit of oomph. And then we'll put this in. And it sits nicely in there. And you've got a new piece of art for your home. Super, super simple. A little bit of ribbon, a board and base. You could even make paper flowers and add it whatever color you want to your decor. Isn't that cute? Hey, Judy. So, so cute. I think I might want to move this up just a wee bit. So it's more centered on the board. There we go. I think it looks super cute. That is it, my friends, for today. I will be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Today I have our launch party for the next catalog, which is pretty exciting. I am looking forward to that and letting you guys all know what we got happening. So if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments. And again, like I said yesterday, if there's something in particular that you want to see me do, pop that in the comments too. Club Couture, the promotion for the free reclaimed surface ends at the end of this month. So if that's something that you want to get in on the special, comment club down below and I will get you the link and all the information of what's happening this month. You also get a free new catalog too next month, which is pretty awesome. All right, that is it. You guys have an amazing night. Be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.